Cap. Enjoying the conditions. Hi guys, and welcome to a windy Dorset. We've brought the moho down here to Golden Cap, which is just outside of Bridport on the south coast, just for a couple of nights here. I think our plan is to stay here anyway and just explore the local area on foot, but given that the lane to come down here was very narrow anyway, I think that's persuaded us we'll definitely stay put. Looks like there's plenty to see around here, so yeah, just stretching our legs now that we've arrived. So I've just popped out for a walk along the beach. We did head back to the motorhome after our stroll earlier to try to listen to Watford's game, but unfortunately the commentary is as usual not working, so I thought while it's actually dry, because the forecast for tomorrow is quite a lot of rain, I would get out and have a little look along the beach. Behind me here, that's where we were walking earlier towards Thorncombe Beacon. Didn't go very far because we just wanted a little sighter, but I think tomorrow we'll check that out unless the weather is absolutely awful. And in this direction here is Golden Cap itself, after which this area and the holiday park where we're staying is named. So again, we might pop out there, have a better look at that tomorrow. But really nice beach here. There's a little bit of sand on the bit that I'm on at the moment, but it's generally shingly. There's some quite strange cliffs here which are quite clayey, and it's really good for fossil hunting around here, so there's quite a few people on the beach doing that, also quite a few fishermen. And apparently the beach down in Charmouth, which is a few miles in that direction, is good for sea glass, so I'm keeping my eyes peeled for that along here. Not seen any yet, which is probably directly linked to the fact that today I have actually brought like a little bottle to put any in, rather than just shoving it in my wallet or my pocket. So yeah, I've probably jinxed it by being prepared, but yeah, so far so good here. The guy just over here has just caught a fish, so I was going to avert my eyes being a staunch vegetarian and all that, but he's chucked it back in, so fish lives to tell the tale and see another day. This beach is pretty cool. Not only is it an interesting beach in itself, but there is also public toilets, a pub. We've not been in there. I think we looked at the menu online and it maybe looked a bit fancy for our taste, but you know, it's still an option there, isn't it? A van which sells cakes and sandwiches and salads and things like that. A seafood shack, not our thing. And also two places where you can get a takeaway pizza, so I think we're going to try out one of those this evening. But yeah, how cool is that? I mean, you literally could spend all day here. You've got pretty much everything that you could want and need. There is also a car park. We did try to drive into it earlier because we were a bit early for arriving at the campsite, but it's got a quite narrow wooden bridge that goes in there, so we were like, I don't think we're going to take the motorhome down there, not sure we would fit or that the weight would be okay. There were some long-ish camper vans in there, so if you're in a vehicle up to that size it's probably okay. Anything bigger you might not get in there or might not feel comfortable or confident getting in there. It's also £8 a day, or if you arrive after 4 o'clock it's £4. So worth bearing in mind if you only want to pop down for a short period. It is quite expensive, but if you do want to spend all day down here, then yeah, it's probably worthwhile as long as your vehicle's going to get in there, which most things are going to get in there. It's only if you've got something particularly wide or heavy. But yeah, really enjoying it so far despite the slightly iffy weather, but hopefully we'll get to explore a bit more tomorrow, see what we can find, and then maybe on Monday we'll move on and just show you somewhere else on our drive home. Campsite so far looks pretty good. I will do a full tour and review as a separate video, but what we've seen so far, yeah, seems to meet our needs and the position is great, so yeah. I'm not sure that you can beat a day by the sea, so even on a day like today it's still really good to be out here. So if you've got any suggestions of places in the UK that we should check out, seaside places, do put those in the comments and we will have a look through. There is an awful lot of the British coast that we haven't been to, and we're trying to work our way around some of those areas we haven't been to. But if you've got some suggestions of places that you think we might like, let us know, because it's always good to have some recommendations. Equally, if there's a campsite that you think we should check out, if you've seen our other campsite videos, you'll know what sort of things float our boat, and if you know some of those, then equally, yeah, give us a suggestion and we'll try to work through some of those and create some content that you know, is based on your suggestions as well. Right, let's go and get some of this pizza. Oh, yeah. The next day we headed out towards Golden Cap itself, and the rains that had been promised decided to descend. The coastal path has been diverted because of cliff erosion, so the first part of the walk took us through the trees. When we emerged, the views were good, but the conditions were pretty horrible, so we didn't go too far before turning round. So it's Sunday morning. We've just been for a walk towards Golden Cap. We didn't get as far as Golden Cap itself, maybe about halfway. Just went up there to see the view. As you can probably tell, the weather is pretty rubbish at the moment, but we thought we'd go out now because the forecast is for thunderstorms later on, so we thought it might be bad now, but it's probably going to be worse later, so let's get out there now. As you can tell, we're soaked, so dogs are going to have a shower, and I think a change of clothes might be in order, but it was nice and refreshing, and we managed to pick up a couple of coffees en route back as well. We dried off for a bit in the wagon, and then the weather itself decided it was going to perk up, so Kerry and I headed back down towards the beach. It actually turned out sunny enough that we spent about half an hour raking through the shingle to look for sea glass, and once we started looking, we did actually find quite a lot. Despite our best intentions to remain a little bit healthier today, we decided it would be rude not to check out the other pizza purveyor. The next morning we said our goodbyes to Golden Cap and headed towards Exmouth, where the dogs had a nice run about on the sandy beach. We had coffees and pastries at hang time before continuing our walk, and then picked up some pasties on our way back to the motorhome, as well as some cheeky chips. Our first parking spot only allowed us to stay for 3 hours, but we weren't done yet, so we decided to move the motorhome to somewhere where we could stay longer. And we actually ended up cooking up our dinner there before our parking did finally run out. As we packed up to head home, a bagpiper emerged and serenaded us across the beach. It was a great end to a great weekend. As always, thanks for joining us, and if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a like